That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Yonis. Oh!
Whose manner is
Yes!
as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
جونگ علی اومد.
Gangnam Style.
درود جنابان عزیز، برگشتیم با پارت 2. پارت قبلی که خیلی سم بود و خلاصه که بریم ببینیم چه اتفاقی میافته تو این پارت. باید بریم تو ساعت 8 صبح رو دیگه. بفرما دهنت طالبی. دهنت. چقدر خوشمزه است.
Looks like it's about time to head over to the venue again. I'm still curious what Changmin saw the other day.
خب معمایی که این گفت یادم رفت با ماست.
As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme.
Okay.
The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is pairing couplets.
Pairing couplets? Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land.
دلغک بازی‌ها شروع شد.
Ocean shrimp, lavender melons, and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult after all. The two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most
تازه فهمیدم چی شده.
To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component, an inspiration walk.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing any poetic thoughts.
دو به دو قراره بریم بیرون.
Our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face. In short, please roam
اگه کسی مرد من هستم.
enjoy the spectacular scenery of our two beautiful nations and fill your imaginations with the most pleasing of poetry. We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Singcho, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
الان یه چیزی یادم اومد. از پارت قبلی یه زنی بود اومد جلو، موهاش آبی کم رنگ بود. این چیز نبود؟ از این موجودات فانتین که بزرگن و نمیدونم باسش هم هست، ولی آره شبیه اونا بود. فرم انسانیشون. خب قرار بریم که معمای دیروزو حل کنیم.
We hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
Oh, please don't say that, Mr. Chongyun.
خودش یاوه.
Master Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation.
ببین
Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
نگفت دیدمش، گفت احساس کردم.
Investigating any strange occurrences near
از شیاوه.
and making a report to the Knights of Avonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too.
Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
ولی ترجیح میدم با اینا نرم.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
چقدر خوشمزه
How
است.
about we split into 2 groups for the day?
این رفت تو لیست مورد
To cover
علاقه.
more ground?
دارن حرف میزنم من
Don't forget,
اهمیتی
this is
نمیدم.
still part of the poetry gala.
باش.
If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
That's true.
اوکی.
But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
نه. من و پایمان که با همین
That'll make things even more fun!
تو و هوتا هم با هم بریم اون دوتا هم با هم اون
What if
دوتا
I
هم با
end
هم.
up with the Liyue crowd and I can't think of anything to say to them?
نکنه این با ما بیفته.
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first? Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first!
وای وای. جدا شو برو. برو گم شو.
Okay, so that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona, and Chongyun in one group, and Sincho, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
آخرش با پایمان تو یه جا
What
افتاد.
a relief. At least I'll have Noelle with me.
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think that won't be.
I also await your guidance.
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
شب قراره بریم.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going. Dun, 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 dun. Come on.
Wow. Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy.
چرا تو داری به این فکر میکنی؟
Is there some place in particular you would like to go?
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
داره میگه بیاین بریم. بعد این داره به دوم و گوشای این توجه. چه اون لحظه است تو مغزت چی بود؟
Sure. Then, everyone, follow me.
بریم. بریم. یادم رفت. به جناب. ولی من میگم خودش یا با اینکه نیست.
Enjoy your
اشتباه
inspiration
زدم.
walks. I'm looking forward to some splendid poetry tonight.
تایشو در آوردی ولش کن. اوکی کجا باید بریم؟ اینجا چیا بوده؟ آخرش اسم شیاو رو همه دارن غلط میگن. ببین شیاو اسم چینیه. شیاو. بعد همه میگن یکی میگه چیاو یکی میگه سیاو. به طور تیکه تیکه شدنش نه ریدم. به طور قسمتش کنی اینجوری میشه شیاو. خب اسم چینیه شیاو. و اگه یه چینی این کلمه رو بگه تو شیاو نمیشنوی، چیز دیگه ای میشنوی، ولی اصل شیاو.
Right over there, next to the water. That's
چرا
where
من
I
دارم
saw
اینو
it.
توضیح میدم؟
But it was a little foggy at the time, so I didn't get a clear look.
با یکی میگفت
The view
ژیاو.
from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here. Is this the kind of place you like to take a walk?
I
نه.
wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
جنگیره
that's a bit
دیگه
different.
اومده
As
تمرین
an
کنه.
exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
وای به بچه اینا رو نگو الان.
I've always wanted to demonstrate the
Ah,
power
shit.
of exorcism, but it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Changyan is 1 in a million. He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits run and hide. Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the technique still passed down
به
to
به
exorcists today.
جناب اومد.
You should treasure it.
چرا از باسنش یا
Is that
تصویر
a friend of
میدی؟
yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue.
وای وای دایونا و شیان نباید هم دیگر رو میدیدن.
Wow, I've never seen one of those before. Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Just call me Shao.
General Alatus. General Alatus.
Are you here
اینو
to train
بگو.
too? Are you out for an inspiration walk?
نه اومده همه رو
Heard about the
بکشه.
exorcist's encounter.
هر
My suspicions were roused.
چیز شیطانی باشه این جرش میده.
I've already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag even the conqueror of demons into this.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit, or perhaps it already left.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
وایسا کارت دار.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
حالا ناپدید میشه.
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Shao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
اگه شیاو با ما بیاد سویچ کنم رو تیم شیاو به جای واندرر که الان داره. نه
Fine.
Seems like this adeptus,
باشه چون هوتا اینجا نیست
or maybe all the adepti in Liyue are like this.
تقریبا همشون
The new member! Yay!
تقریبا همشون همینطوریه.
What?
همه
When did this
ادپتوس
become
این
my
شکلی.
team? Now that Adeptus Shao is joining us, if anyone's team leader, it should be...
Don't overthink it. Diona, didn't you say you wanted to find some new ingredients? Yeah, I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while I'm here. I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true? I'm gonna mix them
از
into my
شیانگلینگ
drinks and give
بپرس
it a try.
میدونه فلفلا چقدر.
Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
این بدش میاد از چیزای تند.
Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch of them.
What the...
نمیدونه دایونا میخواد شرابا رو به آتیش بکشه. فقط چیزای بد برمی‌داره. اوکی.
As well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
آخ جان.
Are those
Oh,
really
shiosh.
fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like
سب کن
something
سب کن
Shuangling would make.
سب کن سب کن. کانس 3 کاش 6 بود. آخ جان. سلاح خودش هم داره. بمیر جر بخور فشار بخور. بس بریم رو 3.
Fourth, my blade.
Yeah, Diana special!
Useless. Boring.
داشتم
Okay,
میزدم.
this should be enough.
Diona, you seem really committed to, making alcoholic drinks available to people of all tastes.
What? No, never! I hate alcohol! When grown-ups drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes, they just sleep on the floor all night. Alcohol is the root of all kinds of evil. So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world. And show
نباید
everyone
بگی به
just how
بقیه.
awful alcohol really is. Nothing can stand in my way. If it means coming out to Liyue every day to pick fresh Jueyun chilies, then so be it.
خب این معنیش اینه که مردم
Is
فقط
it really worth all that effort?
اون نوع
Yeah.
الکل رو نمیخورن.
Previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising my drinks. It makes me furious!
خشمگین شدم.
How is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing into their drinks, it must taste absolutely vile. Surely.
Are you calling me a liar? Well, if you don't believe me, I'll fix you a drink right now. Then you'll see.
عالی میشه.
No need.
Just you wait.
Oh no.
قطعا
Is she really
عالی
going to
میشه.
add those Julian chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless she's under the influence of some kind of power? Maybe an evil spirit.
نه احمق.
I sense no trace of the demonic,
گاوه. البته
although there
گربه
are
است.
traces of something else. Something rather special. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
It's ready.
شب.
A big one for Xiao too.
Oh boy. Look at that color. Yup. She definitely added Julian chilies.
فلفل اضافه کرده.
You're not allergic to anything, are you? Don't worry. There isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a seasoning of Jueyun chilies and finished with frog legs.
Surely.
پای
this-
قورباغه
Wait,
ریخته.
this can possibly taste good.
خوبه مطمئن باش خوبه. شیا خوشش اومد.
Xiao downed it in a single gulp.
همش
Great. If the conqueror of demons drank it, it'd be rude of me to refuse. Oh,
مرد. کوشته شد.
Changyan drank his too. Is he gonna be okay?
This drink is...
delicious!
بیا دیده گفتم.
It does have a touch of Julian chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks
Mimire.
used to mess with me. It's crisp and refreshing with just a hint of numbness, and the Julian chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog legs to form a heavenly mixture.
آرام باش. انرژی زا دادی بهش.
Oh, the slimes! Can we talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain.
تو اینا رو
Power
زدی
and
دهنت.
purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing! Simply unbelievable!
That's right. Slimes are absolutely sublime. Oh, I failed again. But wait, what's gotten into Chongyun? He's been so quiet up until now.
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more.
این حرکات چیه؟
Okay. I think I've calmed down a bit. I'm sorry. I can't believe I let you all see me like that.
It's fine. My fault for
Sammy
not checking
would.
your spice tolerance first. Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Chongyun are actually kind of similar.
چجوری؟
Xiao, what's wrong?
Look over there.
You mean the leaf?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here?
من از اینجا نمیتونم سفر رو ببینم. از کجا نوشته ای رو برگو میبینه.
Oh yeah, or it'll get swept away.
حتی شیعه و جقی نیست.
There's a poem written on it. The conqueror of demons has truly amazing vision.
See?
کوتاه. ولش کن حوصله خوندن ندارم. کدوم بره؟
It sounds like the author is is writing about the first time they met their true love.
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why
کاش
write a
میخوندم
poem on a
حالا.
fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. This poem would likely have vanished into the void had we not found it.
ونتی
It makes no sense to me.
ونتی آوردتش اینجا.
That's true. I've heard Singcho say something similar before. When there's things
نه
that you're
به
unable
دلیلی
to
اومده
say,
اینجا.
or just never had the chance to say before it was too late, if it can be put on paper, it can be expressed as poetry.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So,
اوکی.
that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone would read it, right? You think? Then, should we write a poem in reply?
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Why not go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written too long ago. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel
ونتیه.
further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters, it should be carried down past the original writer.
Cool! Aw, this is so romantic! Communicating with a mystery person using poems on fallen leaves! But how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Surely at least one of our leaves will find a path.
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and head upstream!
اوکی. چیا و ایده های خوبی داره. کجا قرار شد بریم؟ اوه ما اینجا دریافت کردیم. بعد بیایم اینجا بندازیم. اسکلی میگه. از اونجا چجوری اومده اینجا؟ تو باد میاره ولی خب فاست. حمله کرد گراز خر.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
ليش حوصله خوندن
Oh, great!
ندارم.
Here, and Paimon will toss it into the water!
بنداز. کاش بشه انداختنش رو ببینیم. نه مثل همیشه. ها شوهر چه میگویی؟ این دوتا رو من خیلی دوست دارم. شیپ این دوتا حق است و هر کی نظرش مخالفه میتونه بکنه تو کوزه. آره من زودتر گفتم.
Before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
دیگه تو هم باید یه شعر
I have
بنویسی.
little
ولی نه.
talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily down the stream,
میره
life
پایین.
is but a dream.
We should tell
شعر
them to
خوند
pace.
برامون.
We still
قشنگ
have a few
بود.
more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets
مثل این
dark.
بچه ها که شعر میخونن رو میرن.
Go! Uh-huh.
بله زن و شوهر دارن با هم اختلاط میکنن. خفه شو.
You two having a private chat?
بله.
No, it's nothing.
چرا
I
خیلی
just
چیز
hope this isn't all in vain.
far away. صدا گورگ میاد و قورباغه. تیم اینا رو داره
The
نشون
scenery
میده.
here is quite beautiful.
نصفش رو
Let's
رفتیم.
pause here to seek some inspiration.
نصف
Should we
پارت
set up
دورت
camp?
شده.
Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration
من
walk.
چادر بزنم.
There's no need for all that.
میگه
Okay.
نه.
Well, I'll conduct reconnaissance
ترجمه رو حال
nearby
کرد.
to ensure this area is safe and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
Wait,
اوکی میخواد بره
reconnaissance?
بگرده
It means
غذا
survey the
پیدا کنه.
environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the
تیم
wild.
لیدره دیگه.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated?
They're acting like this is
Dale.
completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
هیچ غلطی نمیکنه. فقط وای میسه کتاب
Okay
میخونه.
then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
هوا چطوره؟ بهش بگو هوا چطوره؟
So, Singcho, do you, go on inspiration walks often? Or
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home, so I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool.
اردک
Oh, over there, firewood.
کشته شو.
Have fun, you two. I'll have the tent set up soon.
نوئل که چادر میزنه برو بریم.
Body and mind.
Neutralizing threats.
آه
No, my sword! Time to act.
نمیکشم هلیچرلا رو نمیکشم. آخ
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent
رد
lunch.
شد.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness
Error
survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was
وارکا
in
رو
charge
میگه.
of surveying and mapping.
وارکا رئیس
You sound like a character
Knights.
from an adventure novel.
توی
Charging across the
مانستر.
world, sword in hand.
ولی خب تا حالا ندیدیمش فقط دوبار اسمش رو
No,
شنید.
I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
یولا
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword,
حتما با یولا تیم میشه. این چی اینجا؟
as long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others
گوشواره
beats
بود؟
within your chest, no matter where you go or what you have achieved.
اصلا اهمیتی نداره شما دوتا چه گویی میخوری.
Hello? Are you okay?
میگی
Maybe we
نبینی
should return.
خجالتیه.
Lest Noel be forced to wait on us.
Oh, sure.
با کسی که خجالتیه که ای حرف نمیزنه بعدم میاد. منم همینطوری هم البته توی جمع
Precision strike.
نه اینجا آزادم میتونم حرف بزنم. میشه اینو بزنیم؟ نشد. حیوان اذیت میکنی.
But you're back. Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks.
عرقم
All
میکنی
clear.
مگه شما؟
There's no danger in the
دست
vicinity.
مدسه ها. میکا بهش میاد 15 سالش باشه. کمتر 14.
Your cooking is amazing.
بله.
Every single dish is so tasty.
خانم خونه داره.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh,
موز.
well, since I usually
موز
sneak
میخورم.
out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
هیچی نمیشه. چه اتفاقی نمیفته.
So just don't get caught.
Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
نه.
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a
تموم
hero
شد.
too, Noelle.
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius.
قهرمان
Not only
واقعی
that,
اینه،
but
به همه
whenever we're out
کمک میکنه.
training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt.
تهشو
Oh,
در
remember
بیار.
that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
کاش 10 تا از اینا برمی
Sounds like she
داشتم.
has both a
همین یه دونه
heroic
بود.
spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do.
It's
Finding
cute.
inspiration.
Miss
البته
Hutao said something
چونه هاشون
about
چرا
pocketing
اینجوریه؟
our poetic thoughts.
چوری شده. تیزه.
So far, all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch.
You can write about anything. Looking at core lapis, one
Oh,
can't help
so
but
it's
wonder
a
if one's
gift.
own heart is as
Taqriban.
bright and clear as jade. Observing
چی
silk
دارم
so
میگم؟
bright and beautiful,
اینا دارن
one
حرف
pauses to
میزنن.
consider whether it ever feels the sadness and
البته
sorrow that
اهمیتی
humans
نداره
feel.
اینا چی میگن.
So we have to connect our internal world
سه
with
تا
the
اهمیت
external one.
ندارن.
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods.
پس 3 تا 4
Perhaps you might
ستاره با هم
gaze out at
رفتن
the
بیرون.
bridge in the distance
اما چی؟
and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by
همینو داشتم میگفتم. این یکی از موجودات فانتینه، فقط تو فرم هیومن.
She wrote one of the riddles
انسان.
we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
برین دیگه چیکارتون کنم. کوپ است.
Steady as stone.
میگم یکی از موجودات فانتینه. از لباسا و از
How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
رنگ موش پیداست.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too? Yes.
چشاش
Allow me to
انگار
introduce
میدرخشه.
ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Caliroe.
قشنگ معلومه انسان نیست.
Miss Caliroe, are you from Fontaine?
بله بله بله
That's right.
همونطور
I was
که خودم
traveling in the
گفتم.
area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in. Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before? I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels.
Amazing. So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet? I haven't finished my poem yet.
نگاه
The
چشاشون
water here was
میدرخشه.
just so peaceful
نور
and
میده.
calming.
قشنگ
I
معلومه
stopped for a moment
یه
and
موجود
lost myself in
جادوییه.
admiring it. Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for
شما
tonight's
چقدر
festival?
خرین
It's getting
نفهمیدین.
late after all.
اینا تا حالا ندیدن از اونا. ما دیدیم.
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to...
I'd personally like to hear Miss Caliroe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something.
Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
خب برگشتیم. پارت 2 آخرشه.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule. Huh? The others have yet to return?
اومدیم.
Let's hurry!
چی شد؟
We're not too late, are we?
Just how far did you all go?
رفتیم شمال اومدیم.
Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet. We made it! Oh, Paimon's exhausted.
تو که تو هوا داری میری چه جوری خسته شدی؟ دقیقا حرف منو داره میگه. وقتی پرواز میکنی چه جوری؟
She has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping
دو تا برگ انداخته تو آب دیگه.
Exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new
بیشتر باید ورزش کنی پایین.
Indeed. This is Kelly Rowe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, but
Hi,
you're not
Roy.
the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got!
اینجا نیست.
Wait, Chow?
پای من
Chow, come
گیر شدی. فقط لومی میتونه صداش کنه. تو صداش کنی نمیاد.
Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Huh. Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
اتاق نیومده.
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night.
قشنگ اومد تو.
But Director Hootal's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
ولی خیلی قشنگ دارن
At the theatrics
انیمیشناشو میسازن.
We're already on day 2 of the festival. The opening ceremony is over.
خیلی خوبه.
But my dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
یا نیست. اوه!
Whose manner is
Yes!
as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
جونگ علی اومد.
Oh boy! Now this is a surprise.
Mr. Zhongli. I
دو
hope
تا
you're well.
آرکانا اینجان ولی هیچ کسی نمیشناسه.
What can you
به
tell
جز
me
من.
about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
اون یه آرکانه.
He's held in very high regard in Leo
جانگلی
Harbor.
آرکان
He's
جو.
extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhang Li, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic.
همش چرت و پرت گفتی. ولی نوئل اون ویژن جویی که داری جانگلی خداشه. شو بخیر.
He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly...
که چجوری به هم نگاه میکنن این دوتا.
So, we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry.
خدای
Should you consider me to be
سنگ.
remiss in my
خدای
appraisal of your
راک.
own compositions, please correct me.
اونم
Yeah,
خدای
enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know
فنتی هم
better,
خدای باد.
I'd say you seemed nervous.
هیچکی
Just
نمیدونه.
focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, director.
صدا رو.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh?
هنوز ونتی داره بهش نگاه میکنه.
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at best. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage. Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hootal, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
خیلی خوب بود. که پایمان فقط نصف یه نفر حساب میشه.
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
امیدوارم که اینجا تموم شد.
Shall I keep track of the score?
نه.
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
I concur, director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to
Bombastic
impose
side
upon
eye.
our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic convention. Since this is a congenial poetry gala,
بقیه هم
should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation?
چه
The aim
دماغم
being for all
میخوره.
participants to enjoy themselves.
That's a relief.
کام حساسیت
I
پیدا
was so
کرد.
nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhongli said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall
موهات
pass
رو
the baton
هواست.
to Venti.
مثلا داره از این ور باد میاد.
Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take
دو
a
تا آرکانا
deep
رفتن رو
breath of
منبر.
fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their brilliance. Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
کتاب زیاد بخونیم. ببینیم بچه ها کتاب زیاد بخونیم مثل سینچو میشیم. کسخل
Are they
میشیم.
too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is pretty difficult.
Shinue kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time.
صدایی بود.
That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something.
خب.
Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
مسابقه شعر.
Shinue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianjin
شب شعر
is a
گرفتم
prominent
هر
historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene. The other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just
چه رونی داری
experienced
گراز.
that day. I guess I just got lucky. All right then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun, flesh confined to Chingsa, spirit striding high on Juyun's clouds.
Oh, Chongyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose
گی
life is limited
میشنوم.
to a small town, but who
بوی
awaits the
گی
opportunity
میاد.
to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Soul shines like jade stone, dressed in finest silkwear. Lucent heart still beats within me now. Wow, how did Noel do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
الان یاد یه چیزی افتادم. ژانگلی الان اینجا قاضیه مثلا داوره و یکی داریم نولت توی فانتین قاضیه، یعنی قاضی چیزه مثل همین قاضی معمولی دیگه. چی کار میکنن؟ جاج میکنن قضاوت میکنن و متهم و این داستان ها زندانی میکنن اینا. بعد اینجا از کلمه جاج ژانگلی استفاده کرد کوتا و توی فندوم این جانگلی و چرا زدم این جانگلی و نویلتو با هم مقایسه میکنن، یعنی با هم میارن، چون جانگلی توی برستش میگه This is order. بعد order آره میدونین دیگه. بعد آره اونم همین کارو میکنه فقط توی دادگاه نویلت. آره
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk.
I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But
من هیچی شو
lotus
نفهمیدم.
seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst.
چرا زانوش یه
Maybe because I
جوری
mixed a similar drink recently.
قرمز انگار آسیب دیده؟
North beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains. Just for berry squeezed and mint infused.
لومین حرف زد. لومین حرف زد. حرف زد. این اصلا هیچ لاینی تو بازی نداره. اصلا هیچی نداره. فقط موقع آرکان کوستا میاد یه چرت میگه میره. و حرف زد. توی ایونت حرف زد.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
به گنشین امیدوار
Both
شدم.
halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there.
اصلا مهم نیست شعراتون چیه. لومین حرف زد.
Seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Meowza!
میاوزا. You saved the day.
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't
چون
just
گربه
believe
است.
everything you hear. You should question
Okay.
and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat.
Then allow me to try
Oh.
another.
کوتاه میخواد رپ کنه
Qingxi
حالا.
has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingshin? This is a hard one to match.
اوکی. لومین میخوای شعر بگه؟ نه شیاو میخواد شعر بگه؟ نه میخواد درباره شیاو شعر
Sweet
بگه.
dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
چقدر صداش خوب بود.
Does that really
Elegant.
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what...
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
نه هیچ ربطی نداشت. داشت درباره شیاو حرف زد. هیچ ربطی نداشت. و بله زن در مورد شوهر شعر گفت و شوهر غیب شد.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me,
شعر
everyone's being
آخر
a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this
تو
one for
فوش
me,
میدی.
Town?
البته نات
Round moon
یه
in
چیز
the
دیگه هم
heavens.
میشه.
Full moon at night.
خب به هر حال
Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals
نگاه کن
in
از
the base.
رون هوتا
Big
صحنه
bowls
میده.
of rice decorate with cuboids of meat.
What the?
یه
We have
شعر
ourselves a pedant's
بد
couplet.
گفت به نظرم.
The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole.
میخوره.
The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in two styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
From vendors, I bought some 15
وای این تا ابد ادامه داره.
I sizzled the lot. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pot.
این دوستان اگه کتاب خون بشی این شکلی میشین.
So that's a petty.
و اگه مرد شور بشین این شکلی
That
میشین.
too. I thought of one. Wolf hook, cat hook, bear and bunny. Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
What the fuck? چرا باربارا رو آوردی وسط؟
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically one word too long.
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this monster's got talent.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
شب شعر بود دیگه.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove. reading through the heart of Clear Springs.
گوشنامه.
Wow, Noelle came up with another one.
اون هنوز نگفته.
Come on, match
چرا
the
یه بار
couplet.
گفتم؟
Paimon knows you can do it.
آره 2 تا گفتم تو هم باید یکی بگی. پندد یه لحظه فکر کردم ایشو پدلی.
Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of Clear Springs. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm. What? Really?
Yes, very good.
قشنگ.
The image of challenging
Why can't I find
powerful
them?
foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
جونگ علی رفت. رفتیم پیش یا؟ نه.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them all, right?
I really enjoyed myself too. I never knew Liyue's couplet poetry was so much fun.
You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought of that.
که دیگه حوصله سربر شد برو.
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay? You look like you're getting
کلی
tired.
روره.
Don't
اسمش
worry,
عجیبه.
I'm fine. But thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't actually
نخوندم.
read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy.
Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway
داستان
land.
عاشقانه.
The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was
همینه.
afraid that making a promise to him
همینه.
would ultimately end in tragedy. And so, I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again.
الان فهمیدین چی شد؟ نوئل الان کلمش چیه؟ نمیدونم الان محافظت کرد ازش. چون که این بچه است و نمیدونه که انسان ها همدیگر رو وقتی چیز میشن چیز میکنن و الان نگفت چون که بچه اینجاست و شما هم یاد بگیرین از نوئل که جلو بچه چرت پرت نگی.
Oh, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man, but he never stopped believing that the fairy was real and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic
به این
tale.
فری که میگه اینه.
So, what do you guys think of the
Nash.
spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again?
برو
If she ever had another chance?
برو
Now,
دیگه با این جمله فهمیدیم خودش.
isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets?
نه
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If Paimon was that boy,
پسیمیستیک چیه؟
actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right?
I see.
برو.
Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
Do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry.
شعر
Never
میگم
too late to register for Venti's poetry cram class.
I'll sign up.
کلاس
me
بخواد
too.
براشون بذاره.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
الان یه شیپ جدید به ذهنم رسید. میکا و نوئل اینجا دارن خیلی با هم چیز میکنه. هر جا این میره اونم میره. شیپ جدید یافتم. شیپ جدید یافتم.
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels? Or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon.
خب بگو حداقل یه چیز شعر در مورد چرا من امروز انقدر گیر میکنم.
Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write.
چیز خوب این که ترافلر اینجا آشپز خوبیه و منم هستم.
My nose is starting to itch again.
گربه اینجاست. راستی یادم رفت بگم ونتی به گربه آلرژی داره. یه اچو بکن ببینی. پارت 2 تموم شد بالاخره. وای چقدر چرت و پرت گفتن. آره این پارت 2 هم تموم شد. یکم استراحت میکنم میرم پارت 3 هم ریکورد میکنم که بارون داره میاد. بارون داره میاد. کیفیت بارونو تو گوشی فکر نکنم همچین چیزی باشه. خلاصه این که برگام رد و برگم زد. برم یه استراحتی بکنم و پارت 3 هم ریکورد کنم دیگه. فعلا تو این ویدیو بدرود.